CEO Ripple XRP named top 5 reasons for SEC's defeat. XRP to $85,000. In a Saturday tweet, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has forgotten about its responsibilities to consumers as it continues to enforce regulation. The current price of XRP for today is $0.35, and the trading volume for 24 hours is $136,000,000 We are updating our XRP price in US dollars in real time. XRP has dropped 30% in the last 24 hours. Welcome to the Rich Club channel. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Do you think the analysts are right about XRP? Write the answers in the comments. Giving away 500 XRP at the end of the week. One random subscriber will receive XRP coins. Take a look at the instructions in the comments section. All you need to do is write the word XRP, watch the video to the end to like and subscribe. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, has not been definitive over the past few days. Last week, the RSI held a neutral value of 50 as support, but recently this level has not passed. Thus, there may be some volatile dynamics during the weekend. Similarly, the Awesome Oscillator, AO, was also below zero. He has not yet shown a strong bearish impulse. The A/D line had a resistance zone that was directly overhead and was indicated by two dotted white lines. If A/D can overcome this region, it will be a sign of sustained demand for the XRP rally. The Directional Movement Index, DMI, showed the absence of a strong trend. ADX, yellow, it was at level 20, ADI just above the 20 mark. Technically, this indicated a bearish trend, but in general meant the absence of a significant trend over the past few days. The $0.35-$0.36 range will be important to protect the bulls over the next day or two. The formation of a lower low below this area will signal bearish strength. Momentum indicators were inconclusive on the lower timeframes. Bitcoin could also strongly influence the direction of XRP in the near future. There is no respect for those companies and people who have been harmed by this approach, Garlinghouse said, expressing outrage at the SEC's regulatory approach. We should all be outraged. The Securities and Exchange Commission has clearly forgotten that government works for people. Expressed disappointment that the SEC has nothing to lose by suing the payment company. It is noteworthy that the government finances the commission at the expense of taxpayer dollars, and in recent months the commission hoped to receive more funds to expand its cryptocurrency control unit, despite the fact that most recently the staff has almost doubled. In December 2020, the SEC sued Ripple and two of its executives, claiming that XRP is an unregistered security. Despite the SEC's primary duty to protect consumers, there is reason to believe that XRP holders and companies using XRP and XRP Ledger in the United States have lost the most in this court battle. The XRP community hopes that the judge will hear the opinion of both XRP owners and institutions that use XRP in their activities. Currently, two companies have already filed their brief notes with the court, which prove the usefulness of XRP. Everyone expects that the case is nearing completion after almost 2 years of disputes, and Garlinghouse believes that a decision will be made in the first quarter of 2023. However, this will have little impact on the company's current operations, since 95% of its customers are not in the USA. The XRP ledger is unique and represents a historic feat, paving the way for other technologies to choose their path. XRP Ledger, XRPL, is one of the oldest blockchain networks, and, unsurprisingly, it is gaining more and more popularity in several payment applications thanks to the Ripple on-demand liquidity service. One of the little-known facts about the network is that it was the first one that did not use proof of work, POW, as emphasized by Ripple's chief technical officer and one of the first developers of XRPL, David Schwartz. Notably, Schwartz claims that the decision to replace the POW consensus model was the reason he was hired by Ripple founder Jed McCaleb. Yes, Schwartz said in response to a request from Stefan Huber, who asked if XRPL is the first one not to use POW. When Jed McCaleb first hired me in 2011, he asked me to answer the question of whether it was possible to replace POW with a distributed agreement algorithm more similar to PBFT and preserve the advantages of Bitcoins. It is worth noting that XRPL is unique because it does not use POW or proof of stake, POS, but instead uses a proprietary consensus algorithm developed by Schwartz, Noah Youngs, and Arthur Brito. It is noteworthy that the protocol is able to reach consensus without full agreement on which nodes make up the network. Currently, David Schwartz, one of the creators of the XRP ledger, is the technical director of Ripple, and this is the most influential figure in the XRP community, and the most mysterious. Now another new episode has been added to the series of myths about Schwartz. XRP Ledger is by far one of the most commonly used blockchain in real-world payment applications due to its on-demand liquidity, ODL, which allows businesses to use XRP as an intermediate currency for faster international transactions at a low price. It is noteworthy that the history of the network often dates back to 2011, when, as they say, David Schwartz, Jed McCaleb and Arthur Brito teamed up to develop the network. However, a patent document provided by an influential person in the XRP community, known as XRP King Doggo 4, indicates that Schwartz may have developed a rough concept of the network back in 1988. David Schwartz created XRPL back in 1988, when they didn't even have a name for the blockchain. Since they launched it under the name XRPL, it has never been hacked or stopped. XRP was created to be the greatest asset ever created. In a patent filed by Schwartz in August 1988, he describes a distributed network of computers for distributed data processing, where each node processes parts of the data. Although it's not the same, it's very similar to how checking in the XRP registry works. The Federal Reserve System will continue to tighten monetary policy in an attempt to tame inflation, Central Bank Vice Chairman Lael Brainerd told the participants of the annual economic meeting. The strength of US dollar inflation is due to the shocks caused by the global pandemic, limited supply chains due to the conflict in Ukraine and high economic uncertainty, Brainerd said in her speech at the 64th annual meeting of the National Association of Business Economics in Chicago. According to her, the Federal Reserve System is responsible for the high secondary effects of interest rates, as well as for the strength of the dollar and foreign economic demand. According to Brainerd, the cross-border effects of unforeseen changes in interest rates and exchange rates may reinforce lower risk tolerance, given the fragile liquidity in major financial markets. This could create problems for politicians if these risks materialize. Monetary policy will be restrictive for some time, Brainerd said, adding that a cumulative effort will be needed to reduce the inflation rate. Despite the fact that, thanks to higher interest rates, supply is better aligned with demand, real gross domestic product, GDP, decreased by almost 1% year-on-year, and real private domestic purchases also decreased from 6.4% year-on-year last year to just 1.3% this year, Brainerd said. According to her, the decline in consumer spending may be the result of a decline in household savings, which are estimated to be almost 25% less than in previous quarters. It is also predicted that by the end of the year, the policy rate will increase more than twice compared to expectations 7 months before. This, taking into account the increase in interest rates and broader financial conditions, means a limited recovery in the second half of the year with relatively stable GDP growth. There are some good expectations. Brainerd pointed out that strong wage growth and high rental and housing costs are expected to reduce high inflation. It is also expected that due to the shift in demand from goods to services, the decline in basic import prices and disordered supply chains, basic goods will return to some semblance of prices before the pandemic. The pandemic has led to increased margins in the trading sectors, which are expected to be balanced by increasing inventories, easing supply constraints and reducing demand, which Brainerd says will help lower commodity inflation. According to Brainerd, against the background of different views on future inflation, a quarter of respondents expect prices to be at or below the current level in the next 5 to 10 years. In addition, preliminary signs of labor market rebalancing come from unconfirmed reports suggesting that the labor market is weakening, Brainerd said. What do you think are the prospects for XRP in 2023? Write your forecasts in the comments. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the release of new videos, and do not forget about our contest. Write in the XRP comments to add 500 XRP to your account.